But people,
Drake
that's,
May,
I know.
Drake May had a statistically superior season to
For
Caleb
sure.
Williams. Caleb Williams had a better playoffs.
Definitely.
He had way bigger
100%.
Everyone's
I
like,
mean,
the interceptions.
He put the Bears on his back multiple times in the playoffs and won games with his arm. Drake May did for pretty much the entire playoffs didn't look that good.
All right, everybody, before we get into today's stretch, I want to talk about No Bull. No Bull is a footwear brand built for training. It's a brand for anyone who strives to be better every day. With options across training and lifestyle, No Bull has options for everyone. It's a brand for anyone who wants to be a better version of themselves and get stronger physically, mentally, and emotionally. They don't overpromise or underdeliver. The shoes just feel great and hold up to any occasion. And not to mention, this is the same brand worn by Olympic athletes, NHL players, and TB12 himself. We have a bunch here at the office. They're very nice.
I'm wearing them right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Very comfy.
They're very nice, and they have different styles for what you need. And I highly suggest you should go check out No Bull. They're great. Exclusively for Stretch listeners, No Bull is offering 35% off your first order. Visit www.nobullproject.com and use code STRETCH for 35% off your entire first order. That's nobullproject.com and use code STRETCH for 35% off. Go check them out. I am confident that they have a shoe for you. So one more time, nobullproject.com, use code STRETCH for 35% off. And on that note, everybody, welcome to the Stretch. We got some good stuff to get to today. Some Bears talk. There's Olympic hockey coming up. The Bulls traded 1 million guys, but obviously we'll start with the Super Bowl. Not a great game.
I thought it was a great game because I bet the Seahawks. But yes, it was Seahawks were just awesome. But they were the best team all year.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a great game, though. I do feel like people are too quick to pull the plug. Well, it's still a 2-possession game. Like, just wait to be like, this is shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Let it kind of materialize.
Yeah, and the Seahawks were they were the best team all year. It took a little bit of time to get there, just because, whether people didn't believe in Sam Darnold, that Rams lost mid-season. They were the best team.
I
won an entire playoffs.
I feel like they're in Seattle.
Yeah.
People kind of forget about
Yeah,
like the NFC West in general. There was a clip on Wub this morning about Brandon Walker being like the NFC West stinks.
Yeah.
Like from beginning of the year.
They probably had the 3 best teams in football.
Yeah.
5 or so.
It just never felt like the Patriots had a shot in that game. Like you could tell early that they were getting to Drake May. Drake May was the one seeing ghosts, and it was just like, well, this is going to be uneventful game.
Yeah, Mike McDonald, I think, had a perfect game plan where he was like, as long as we don't fuck this up in any way, we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost a guarantee that we win this game because they were so much better than the Patriots, and that's what they were.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he was like really hurt?
Who?
Drake?
No. I think he played against the best defense in football, and also he didn't play well in the playoffs.
No, he was
Not at all.
trashing the playoffs.
His line stinks.
Yeah.
People
Will
love
Campbell.
throwing that EPA stat out there for Caleb. Look at his playoff EPA. It's the worst in history.
Like, I know the schedule thing became a point of, discussion all season, right? Like, rightfully so. But, you can hold these two thoughts in your head at the same time. Drake May, I think, is good. Drake May played a comically easy schedule, and that's why they ended up where they ended up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just – those two things can coexist. So, I don't the Bills have to be killing themselves. The Broncos, obviously the Bo Nix thing,
Yeah.
and the AFC overall, when you take out Mahomes, it's just everything kind of, and Lamar, it just was
Right.
It was the easier AFC.
You're right.
So-
I did feel like it was the NFC Championship was the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Totally
they
was.
just needed to slay the Rams because they had the Niners number all year.
Yep.
And then once they did that, it was kind of all steam ahead.
Yeah. So
No.
I don't. I mean, you can't apologize for Drake May being there, but yeah, I don't think that he was. I never thought it was like he's a finished product at 23 because
No,
he played an easy
no.
schedule.
Agreed. And I think now, of course, obviously, like everyone likes to poke fun, but I think that's a little ridiculous. Like the Patriots are going to get better. It was a house money Super Bowl for them in a sense. I'll say that in this room.
Yeah, no, they're
I won't
going to
say
get better.
that's-
The interesting thing will be whether the Seahawks could very well be back there next year. I think the Patriots that. This was a weird year where it was like they probably weirdly had to. They're still kind of in rebuild
For sure. Like
and
they
just had crazy success
Yeah.
in the middle of a rebuild. So now it's weird because now they're picking at the end of the draft. Like, how are they going to
Good
get
point.
back there? I don't know.
but they will have a better team than this
yeah.
one. For sure.
They have the quarterback. They have the coach.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's all that matters. But it's a very interesting. It's kind of like the Commanders last year, where the Commanders, everything kind of came together in 1 year when they're still trying to get young and rebuild and build around their franchise quarterback, and they probably could have used a year of higher draft picks and more draft picks. So we'll see if that's like, the NFL's hard year to year.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely. And their schedule and obviously the teams will be
first
better
place schedule
that they face. So there's no doubt about that. Your tweet kind of took off. Was that mostly Bears fans just kind of
I mean, Patriots fans, I just said I never want to hear that Drake Maye is better than Caleb ever again, which was definitely like a troll tweet. But yeah.
But it's a troll tweet with a good amount of honesty and truth behind it.
Well, I feel like if Caleb had that game in the Super Bowl,
it would be nuclear meltdown nationwide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I think we're still looking at two like young franchise quarterbacks who are going to be battling out for a long time. But it's just like, I do feel like Caleb's just held to a different standard than everybody else. So there's like a little bit of truth in that. But
although during the game, it's sad to say that like I monitor this, but I was monitoring like, hey, is he getting killed? Like I think Caleb would get killed.
Yeah.
During the game, I don't think
human
so.
nature.
After the game, I think he kind of started to get killed though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That's why
fake Maye was trending and all that stuff.
That's why I kind of wanted to pull it back a little bit. Like they're gonna have a better receiving core. They're gonna tighten up their offensive line. Like there will be a better Drake Maye in the future, I think.
yeah, you would think that a guy who's 20, he's got a ton of talent. It's just, so does Caleb, and it's just I push back against like the Caleb hate. That's kind of what that was, and it was like you hear all year long like, oh, Drake Maye MVP, all this kind of stuff, and that he's better. The Patriots or the Bears did it again, where they passed on Mahomes, and they took the worst.
I never once thought that.
But people,
Drake
that's,
Maye,
I know.
Drake Maye had a statistically superior season to
For
Caleb
sure.
Williams. Caleb Williams had a better playoffs.
a
Yeah,
100%.
Everyone's like, the interceptions.
He put the Bears on his back multiple times in the playoffs and won games with his arm. The Drake Maye did for pretty much the entire playoffs didn't look that good.
No, he was bad.
Yeah.
And people say weather and stuff, which is true. Obviously, it's hard for anyone to
that's
look
Dave. Dave is gonna keep saying the bomb Genesis and all that shit. Every time I did Barstool Live with Dave, he's like bomb Genesis, which I guess is some type of weather pattern in Denver. I was like, but dude, what about the first half? And Dave would just say, well, they're feeling each other out. It's like, well, we can't just
You can't
just
have it
eliminate
both
all
ways.
snaps.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't play that. He played really good defenses. He played the top four out of the top 5 defenses. So, yeah, I think it was like the Seahawks were the best team in football. The Patriots were overachieving to where they should be in terms of like roster, and that's how you get this Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All things considered, though, I still love our guy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Still love our
I don't
guy.
think I would trade him for Drake Maye.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, there was an Instagram graphic floating around. It was getting picked up by like all the different like clickbait accounts and shit, where it's like if they did a redraft, Drake Maye would go number 1 to the Bears and Caleb Williams would go number.
That's not crazy before
That's-
the playoffs.
It was rage.
Right.
Yeah, no,
and
let me finish second in MVP.
Yeah, that's not.
He's still very good.
I understand all that, but like I don't care about the numbers this year, because if you watch them, like Caleb Williams isn't taking 10 sacks yesterday.
Yeah, but I don't think that's
like
not
8
an
or 9.
indictment on Caleb. That's more of a testament to how good Drake has been. That's how
Sure.
that's how
Caleb
I take
did
people saying that.
lead the league in sacks when he had no offensive line.
2 years ago.
When he had no offense.
Yeah, but my point is that like it's all rage bait, and if I don't think there's 5% of Bears fans that would redraft and take Drake Maye over Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
I don't think Brian
it's one of
Poles
those
would.
things
I don't
like-
think Ben Johnson would.
I also think, and this may be a conversation for another day, but like, and I suffer from it because I was thinking it. I didn't tweet about it, but I was thinking about it. Like, what if Caleb had this game? How much he'd be getting killed? We probably have to, if we believe in Caleb the way I believe in Caleb, I think everyone in this room believes in Caleb. We probably have to get over like the slighted little brother kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Just be like, this is our guy. Who the fuck cares?
For sure.
How does it matter how people are talking about him? He's awesome. You know?
For sure. And I think the playoffs and the back half of the season, people really turn the corner.
Yeah, because I didn't tweet about it. I thought it. I didn't tweet about it, but yeah.
Yeah.
So we were we're good.
I would say it's
know.
getting to that point.
Yeah.
People know. If you,
The other thing I took away from this Super Bowl is that the Ryan pulls and he knows that he's got to fix the defensive line, but it's not just Max Crosby. That defensive line for the Seahawks was not only nasty, but the depth they had was crazy.
the pressure they got with just bringing 4 was nuts.
Dude, and they were rolling in guys. They had backups getting sacks. Like, that's if you take like a big takeaway from that game is you can never have enough like dogs on the defensive line.
And even they would dial things up for Witherspoon too.
Yeah.
Like they had it all going on.
It is interesting.
Will Anderson was getting just completely abused.
Yeah, he's
Campbell.
the first.
Will Campbell, yeah.
Mike McDonald's the first head coach in NFL history to win a Super Bowl while calling the defensive plays. And then he's the first defensive-minded head coach to win since Belichick in 2018, first non-Belichick since 2013, Pete Carroll. So it's been a long time. Is there going to be like a shift here with defensive head coaches? I don't know.
There could be. I could see it. I think the bigger sliding doors here is not 2 drafts ago. It's this draft. Remember, everyone, and this was way pre-draft. I think the closer we got to the draft, we realized Will Campbell was going early, but I mean, he was like a dream to fall to us at 10, and at one point it kind of felt like that might happen.
Yeah. Yeah,
Thank God it didn't.
Colston, like, could be a top 5 tight end, and Will Campbell has a lot of uncertainty right now.
Yeah, and also John Schneider. Like, if you look at the drafts that the Seahawks have had, that's how you win a Super Bowl. You nail multiple drafts in a row consecutively because some of those guys, like, you go down the list. Every single one he's hit, like, impact guy.
Byron
in the last
Murphy,
few years.
all those.
Yeah, the Dexters and the Pickens, like, you got to hit those.
Yeah.
You got to hit those on the defensive line. So, but yeah, I think that was the more of the sliding doors rather than Drake and Caleb.
Yeah, no, you're right. I wanted Will Campbell.
Yeah. So yeah, he was the dream to be like, oh, if there is a route, if Genty goes, and he went 4 overall, but really tough day for him. Just a tough day. Other things, Joe Tooney got Protector of the Year.
Yep.
No surprise. Great year. Max Crosby likely done with the Raiders.
Then I saw him saying
Very
that he's
done.
like walking around but then I saw an update where he was like, I'm walking around the facility with my Raiders gear just laughing about all this. Like, Jay Glazer said that. And then Max Crosby was like, I don't know what everyone's talking about. I'm like, here right now. So I don't know. I don't know if he's yeah.
Crosby said that on Twitter? Or just said it?
I think he just said it. He said, yeah. I just built my dream house before the season got to move in. There's so many ads on this stupid article. Yeah, I feel like everyone it's one of those situations where the story happened that no one paid attention to the fact that Max Crosby then came out and said, actually, no. Laughs off. I'm not saying he can't get traded. It wasn't a situation where Jay Glazer said it and then Max Crosby went silent. Yeah, he went on Colin Cowherd's show. He said, now that I'm quiet, I've got random people making big statements for me. They're like, Max must have told him this. For me, I just sit back and laugh because I know my truth. And when I go to bed at night, I have a smile on my face. I don't have to explain nothing to nobody. I'm getting healthy. I'm in the building every single day. I'm in this building from 6 a.m. when it's dark out, and I'm here until almost 2. That's all I care about. So all the noise, that's news to me sometimes. So
I do feel like the Raiders need to trade him.
Yeah.
Is there any world where it just
that's fine. But he definitely was.
Yeah.
He didn't just let it like run.
Does it make sense for them to keep him? Not really at all.
No.
Right?
No.
Because what is he?
What?
28.
Turns 29 before next year.
And maybe.
Yeah,
Teams get good overnight.
Yeah.
If Mendoza's good, sure.
The Patriots were just in the Super Bowl. They won 4 games last year.
Yeah. It just feels like they need so much.
But that's every team. Like every team in that spot. I'm not saying that it's easy, but I don't know. I can see a world where they keep him.
Yeah, maybe, but I think. Listen, I think the Raider situation is a little better than people realize. I guess too.
Yeah,
like Genty's good. Powers is awesome too.
Yeah.
So you get Mendoza. It all hinges on Mendoza.
And if Kubiak's the coach,
they have to protect him though.
Right.
Like Genty did nothing because he couldn't. He was getting hit behind the line 60% of the time.
I don't think the Raiders are. Don't get me wrong. I don't think the Raiders are gonna be good, but I'm now in the teams.
Yeah, I mean,
Look
we
at us
saw the
last
Bears
year,
fix
yeah.
the line.
The
yeah.
Bears and the
Teams
one off
flip
season,
shit
right.
so fast
You're right.
in this league, it's kind of insane.
You're right. I mean, the Bears and the Patriots, year 2 quarterbacks had really
Seahawks
good
2
seasons.
years ago, now they won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. We'll see. But
Basically,
that's-
like getting a few impact free agents and nailing a draft, and you can be a competent. You can go from the worst team to like a middle of the road team and a step away from being in the playoffs.
and a top 3 pass
Absolutely.
rusher is
Right.
obviously
Yeah.
extremely
Correct.
valuable.
Correct.
So I guess there is a path to them keeping him, but
I don't see
Glazer
it.
was pretty confident.
Yeah.
That's why it's weird.
Yeah, I saw Max Crosby because when Jay Glazer said it, I thought the same thing as you guys. Like, oh, he's definitely out. And then I was expecting Max Crosby not to say anything, and then it was very much a sign. But then the fact that he did cowered right after and said that he's not out, I don't know. We'll see. Monitor it.
You met Colston?
I did. I met Colson Loveland. Awesome dude. Said I loved him like 17 times in a row.
How are his arms?
Everything's about him is great. Got his digits, so secured,
Sick.
locked.
Get him in the office.
Did he have any Portnoy stink on him for being a Michigan guy? Did Portnoy rub elbows with him or anything? I don't know if I need or want that.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, he's locked. He said that to me twice. Locked.
He said locked.
Well, he said
That's
he
great.
locked the number, and then he
Locked.
replied,
I like
and I
that.
was like, "Good to meet you." He's locked.
Locked.
Yeah.
Love
Met-
it.
and you met Rome.
Met Rome. Yeah. He said he's going to come in, so he was the man too.
Okay.
He
We
seems
didn't
like a
lock,
good
but it
dude.
was good.
Oh, you didn't lock? You
We
got to
didn't
lock.
I know. There was like,
Did you get a little shy about
yeah,
locking?
yeah, there was like, it was me, him, and his buddy, and then like Amon-Ra St. Brown was right there. So I was like, I don't want to,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to lock,
Could have locked, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You got
I-
shy
Should have tried
about-
to lock it.
In hindsight, I should have locked.
Yeah, see, Colson Loveland locked. He wrote locked Colson Loveland. I said, "Great to meet you, man. Hit me anytime you're in the city." And then he wrote back, "Locked, brother." So I'm locked.
You're
Locked
locked.
brother too.
I could not be more locked.
It's good to be locked. Last Bears thing here. I mean, Sylvie was pretty emphatic when he said that by late February, early March, they might pull the trigger on Northwest Indiana. I don't. Sylvie doesn't bullshit.
No.
We all know Sylvie.
No.
But are you guys buying that this happens?
Yeah,
Yeah, totally am.
sucks.
You saw what the state of Indiana is rolling out for the Bears, and like we all love the pride and joy of Illinois and the fight song and Chicago's roots and all that, but it's 25 minutes away, and with what they are gonna give the Bears, the state of Indiana, I don't understand how they would say no to that. Aside from they're like, we want to be in Illinois, and that's it.
Would they move Hallis Hall?
It's a good point.
Quite the commute.
Yeah,
That
that
is a
would-
shit
hell,
commute
yeah.
going. Yeah,
I mean, I guess
you'd
they
have to
only
take
have
like
to
Lakeshore the whole way.
I guess it's really just game days that they have to deal with that.
right.
Could take
But
a
still,
ferry.
like when they,
Yeah,
I
honestly,
don't know, it's
could.
like-
That'd be the fastest way to do it.
I wonder if they would move because teams part of having the whole land and everything is that
Yeah.
you build
All this
your
shit.
practice facility,
And that's
everything
like
right next to it.
Hallis Hall got a huge renovation not long ago, you know? What was that, 10, 12 years ago?
Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
When they moved from Bourbonnais?
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It would be.
It would suck ass, but I understand it from the Bears' perspective at the same time. Like, if they're going to build you a stadium, give you a sweetheart lease like they had at Soldier Field, and the only thing is, though, is that for the franchise valuation, they wouldn't own the stadium. The state of Indiana would, which I guess
That's a
that's a big
Big
deal.
I think
obviously.
don't they pay it back?
At the 30-year mark, they would have the choice to buy it,
Right.
I believe,
yeah.
outright. But
Sucks.
I can absolutely see it happening. And
Yeah, I
it's
think
not
it
going to
sucks.
if they have, just to use an even number, if it's a 100,000 person stadium, it's going to be 100,000 people
It's not
every
going to be
fucking.
100,000
be
people.
100.
I'm just saying that
Yeah.
for an even number. If it's 80,000, whatever, they're going to have 80,000 butts in seats for every single Bears home game, and it's not far away. So it's no farther than Arlington would be.
Does
Maybe
it
even
still
a little-
attract all the other stuff that they want?
They would absolutely have the Disney World around it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't
What are
think
you
it gets.
talking? Final Four and all that?
Yeah,
It would
but
be
even
a-
though the Disney World around it, I don't think it gets as much action in Indiana, right?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Like
Yeah.
our people.
I'm so sick of the whole fucking thing.
I know. I am too.
I mean, the Jets and the Giants like set the precedent that
The
it's possible.
Niners.
Yeah,
Cowboys.
yeah.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that it's not a big deal, but they're actually out of the state.
But they've been, how long have they played in the Meadowlands for? 70 years, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever it is, at least the Super Bowl era, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It feels like it's getting real, and I don't love that. But
what do you?
I bet you they end up in Arlington.
I would bet money too, but I would not be in any way shocked if they didn't at the same time.
So then you wouldn't bet money.
I would gun to head if it was between the two. I would assume I would think they'll wind up in Arlington. However,
But you won't be shocked if they end up in Indiana.
yeah,
I wish they would just stay at Soldier Field. It's not going to happen. I when I went on Waddle
it's such a
and Sylvie last
shithole,
week,
man.
I was like, yeah, I don't care though. So many people don't go to the game. I mean, only 60,000 people go to the game. Who cares? I'm complaining about something that I'm going to go and participate in once a year at most.
concerts
Yeah.
and shit, maybe.
Yeah, sure. But I don't know.
I
just think it's going to be a big. I think we're going to be 20 years from now, and we're going to really regret the fact that we put all of our NFL stadiums indoors.
I agree.
I think it's going to look. I think it's going to be sad. And
neuters
look
the
like
sport.
shit.
Yeah.
And it's just going to suck. And we're going to be like, man, that was probably a mistake. We let a bunch of owners decide that we needed to have football stadiums indoors so they could make more money on concerts and basketball games, and we should have. It just sucks.
Yeah.
So I think that's just my take.
Do you remember when Lori Lightfoot dropped the? It was like a concept image of just renovating Soldier Field again, and all they
just
did
putting
was
like
put
a
the
bubble
dome-
over it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they put the dome over it. I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that, so long as you can have bare weather. But I'd almost be down with that, even though it got laughed out of the building when.
But I think a lot of people are warming up to that. Why do we care?
Yeah.
Like, why do we care about?
I for the longest time was like, yeah, sure, let's have a dome. I didn't feel super strongly about it, but I was like, yeah, let's have a dome, Arlington Heights. That makes sense. Going to those games and then going to the playoff games and also realizing I don't go to a lot of Bears games. Like I really don't have a right to care as much like that we don't have the state of the art facility. I get it. The owners want to own the stadium. They want their valuation to go up. They want to be greedy, all that shit. I think that football should be played outdoors. Yeah. And I don't care that the Soldier Field sucks because I don't go to it enough. That you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on your side. It'd be one thing if where they play, like in baseball, for instance, where they play affects payroll and bottom line and all that stuff. Like this doesn't really affect roster construction,
Correct.
you know? So,
And I don't care if they have a Super Bowl here. I don't care if they have a Final Four.
I actually don't. That was my other take with Waddle and Sylvie. I don't want a Super Bowl in Chicago because everyone's going to come here and bitch and complain about the weather,
Chirac,
and all that shit. And it's like I don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah, but on the flip side, San Francisco got a warm reception, as it should have. I thought it was awesome. Seems like everybody.
But the weather.
I get
people are
that,
gonna
yeah,
shit
but that's
on
why,
it.
yeah. But
Yeah.
like, I think it would be the opposite. Dave said Chirac. I don't think.
No, I
you
think
would get
people.
that
I don't
for
think
sure.
people would do that. I'm more saying I don't really want to have a bunch of people come here in the middle of February and be like, "This fucking weather sucks." No shit, dude. We know that.
Do you remember the
We
NBA
live
All Star
here.
game in 2020? It was
that was
Oh,
like the
so
last
cold.
thing we did
so
before COVID.
Yeah.
bad.
I remember the Minneapolis Super Bowl. I have friends in Minneapolis, and I went out to dinner with them one night, and they were just like, "Thank God it's warm." It was 20 degrees.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, it's warm right now."
No. Yeah, you're right. I could do without Kentucky versus Duke playing at this fucking dome stadium in Arlington Heights.
Yeah.
I could do without fucking Shakira.
Honestly,
selling 80,000 seats.
leave Soldier Field,
I'd like to
rebuild
see
the track, and let's go back to how things
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's the biggest tragedy in all of this is that it there's a solid enough chance that we lost Arlington for fucking nothing.
Yeah, that's
If they go
Yeah,
down
no,
to-
you're right
if
about
they
that, yeah.
Go down to Northwest Indiana, they tore down that stadium for nothing.
Yeah.
And that was a top 5 track in the country.
But
Yeah.
more than anything, Kevin Warren was hired to do this, and he's been what is this, year 3, year 4?
Remember he
Done
was
shit.
He was
While he
picking
was-
out upholstery and stuff
Yeah.
in Hard Knocks.
Hasn't done shit.
He
And
gets a lot of shit. Like, you know how Illinois politics. At the
I
same
understand, but
time.
this was his job. This is
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to do. I'm sick
Totally.
of the open letters. Just fucking figure it out and tell us what's going to happen.
And I was told they were pretty close before they hired him. So it seems.
That's
sounds
what I
like-
read this weekend too. It was like an inch away.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then he may have stepped in and muddied things a little bit. I don't know, obviously. But
Yeah.
all I know is that there hasn't been much progress since he's
sick
been here.
of it.
Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't want to hear about the fucking stadium until there's a ribbon cutting and a shovel in the ground
Mm-hmm.
that says Soldier Field's first turf removal or something.
Getting real though. It's starting to get real, and
It's been real for fucking years. It's not real until everything that.
no, I'm saying Indiana.
Oh yeah, I mean,
All right, we can move it along. The Bulls fucking fire sailed.
Yeah.
Crazy. They did it, and I think it's a conversation of: are you happy that they did it, or are you mad that they did it too late?
The latter.
Both. I'm happy they finally did it because I'm happy they finally picked a lane, and it looks like they're bad enough that they will not make the play-in, and this is a loaded draft. So you should try to get as best percentage as you can going into this draft. Every single trade they made, and this is going back to Levine, Caruso, Levine, Vooch, Kobe White, every single trade they made it the wrong time. They waited a year late. It's crazy.
DeMar.
They every single one of them. So, yeah, it's stupid that they waited this long, and we have 14 second-round picks. It's now 13 because Kobe White has a calf strain. It's a completely shitty joke of a franchise, but at least they – and here's the problem. Remember this happened when we had Jim Boylan, and we were kind of weirdly committed to tanking for a little bit, and then after like a year and a half, they're like, hey, we don't really want to do this. We don't want to lose like this. And then AK comes in and puts together a team that if I have to hear another person fucking say that they were like first in the East through
for a half a
2
year.
months in whatever year it was, 2022, 23, whatever, I can't even get my years straight. Can they actually be committed to being bad for a little bit? That's really the question.
But I don't even think anyone would notice.
No.
You know,
but that's the problem is Jerry doesn't want to do it because they almost were bad, and then they were like, nah, fuck it. We got to try to compete for this play-in and put out a good team,
Dude,
a medium team.
People will still go,
Correct.
Jerry.
Yeah.
I
Correct.
promise you. Go to that stadium nowadays. It's a fucking world event. We talked about Derrick Rose night. There were people from all over the place there.
Yep.
People will still go.
Yep.
Stop worrying about it.
And if you can tank correctly, you'll in no time you'll have a guy who, whether he ends up being good or not, that people get excited about.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, I think AK is a terrible GM. I think what the Bulls are as a franchise is an absolute joke. But yes, finally, it does feel like they've stripped the parts to the point where they will not make the play-in. And
yeah, they don't have anyone over 6'9".
I don't agree with AK's strategy, but at least he does have somewhat of a strategy in the fact that he wants to try to find guys like a Jaden Ivey, who is a lottery pick, really good player, or promising player, gets hurt, still young. It's kind of the Josh Giddey mold of like, hey, take some shots on guys that check all the boxes for why they were a lottery pick, and like they could be a really good player. Something went wrong in the first couple of years that makes them at a discount.
Yeah.
So he's going to try to keep doing that.
He's going to do reclamation projects.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I don't agree with, because I think that if you're good, you're good, and especially in the NBA, like everyone knows Cooper Flag's really good.
Yeah.
It's not a question.
And then at some points you have to trade those reclamation projects when they are good.
Right.
You have to get rid of that.
And superstars are not. It's rare that you have like late blooming superstars in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
You can usually tell pretty quickly like that guy's going to pop and he's going to be pretty awesome.
For sure. So it's a Kobe White thing. Like they should have traded him when the iron was hot.
Yep.
They did not. And
it's sad. That one's the one.
Yeah.
it's sad, and it was a bad trade.
Yeah.
That's the problem with that. I would have kept him.
Uh-huh.
You gotta pay someone.
Well, the problem is they got so many guards that they just
They had to. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still don't understand that one with the return that they got. Rob Dillingham, I'm not in on him at all. My other takeaway too is like, listen, a couple things. People are a little too mean to Vooch. It's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault. That was a bad signing, a bad trade, bad re-signing. That's all AK.
Yeah, it is. I'm happy he's gone. We needed to move away from that. I don't think he fits the mold of a winning player. He does what he does. He's a great 20-10 guy. Whatever.
He plays hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. It's just not his fault the way things went here.
No, I agree. I mean, Vooch always to me was similar to Carlos Boozer, where it's like if you look at just stats, you're like that guy's really good, and then you watch the game, you're like, well, it's tough to play high level winning basketball with a guy who can't play defense and who kind of get bullied sometimes. But Yeah, I agree. Vooch he played hard,
Played a lot, too.
played a lot.
Yeah.
In an era where guys don't play.
Yep, I have no ill will towards Vooch, the actual guy. It's all about AK ever thinking Vooch was the piece away.
Exactly, and I think there needs to be some clarity on that because there isn't, because there's a lot of vitriol spewed at Vooch. I do think the Bulls are officially in the worst spot of any franchise in Chicago.
Yeah.
They have to be.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think
Well,
so.
everyone's apathetic towards them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about the Bulls right now. Like, and I say that not in like I want them to be good, but I don't. They've proven that they do not. They have no interest in trying to win a title or even compete for a title. So it's like, I don't think about you right now.
Like, I won't watch another Bulls game the rest of the year. Like, won't even check it.
I might watch it just for it being hilarious. Like, did you see who was that? Was
Just
that
click in.
Was that Dillingham? Who was it? Who was it on? Who had that highlight on Saturday? Did you see it, Lance?
Anthony Simmons?
Yeah. I can't remember who it was, but it was very funny, and he just comes running down the court and was like, cocked and loaded a pass and just kept on coming down, and it might have been Ivy. I don't know actually. Either way, I might watch him for just hilarity.
To see that. It's also another thing, like, you got to turn around, you got to flip Sexton and Simons.
Yeah.
And I know they said he tried to, he just didn't find the right deal, but still, these are guys that are probably going to win a few games.
Yeah. No, that is a concern. Because
Simons and Sexton are good.
Sexton led the Hornets in and ones with 14. That's a Mikey Betts stat. I did the math. I was like, so you mean an and one every third game? I was like, yeah. He did have one on his Bulls debut.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, it's a disaster. It's a disaster, and I wonder if we ran through it all, going back to Vooch, where that trade would rank in all-time bad Chicago trades.
Oof.
Oh, because what the Magic got out of that, too.
Yeah, 2 firsts and Wendell Carter.
Yeah.
It's a bad trade.
Yeah.
Really bad trade.
So, you're right. I guess it's both.
Yeah, it's both. It really is both, where I'm happy that they actually did something, because that was a team that was good enough to somehow win to get back into the play-in, and I was going to be so upset about that. So I'm happy they got out of that, which they still might. I bet Waddle a steak dinner that they will not finish in the play-in, and I am still a little nervous that they are just gonna. They got a bunch of the same guy, like guards that can get streaky hot.
Yep.
So.
But why wait till they're 23 and 23? Like, why wait? Like, why didn't they do
I know
this?
they basically have no chance of finishing in that. Like, I can't remember how it goes with the percentages. They can obviously improve their percentage, but they can't vastly improve it.
Yeah, you're praying for top 5.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're in the lottery, you have a decent shot at top 5. It's just the top.
As it stands right now, the Bulls have a 3% chance of winning the lottery and only a 14% chance of being in the top 4.
The top
4.
Yeah.
Top
It's
4.
a good draft.
It's a great draft.
Yeah.
It's a great draft.
So try to just lose as much as possible. They do have the hardest schedule. I think it's one of the top 3 hardest schedules, if not hardest schedule remaining. So they will have chances to lose games.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like that bad pass is thrown by Jaden Ivey.
Okay, it was Jaden Ivey.
Okay.
The problem is other teams just tank so much better than us.
Yes.
Do you see the Jazz the other night? They were winning for 3 quarters, and they just benched Markkanen. They're like, yeah, we're good.
Sacramento's lost 12 straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just really, really good at losing.
Yeah, the Jazz have just never hit it.
The Pacers have a chance to do like a Spurs thing.
Yeah.
Where they were in the finals, and then they're going to have a top pick and then get everybody
and then
back.
Get everyone back.
I mean, a great trade getting Zubac, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they were smart.
Yes. And they're tanking masterfully.
Yep.
The Bucks. I mean, thank God, like, those scumbag Charlotte Hornets. That's the team I hate the most right now. You can't have that many top 5 picks and not be good. So they're finally streaking a little bit. So I'm happy for them.
Yeah, and
love
I am
Colin,
so sick that we have to do the Giannis thing again this summer. It's
Yeah.
so fucking drawn out.
There's no way. There's no way.
I'm just so sick of it. And then we're getting the texts being like he already enrolled his kids
I know,
in
yeah,
Orthodox school in Chicago.
Yep.
It's like,
Whatever
oh,
happened to that,
Freetown.
Lance?
Was that you, Lance?
It was.
It was a tip. Somebody texted the Stretch actually voicemail line with the tip that he showed up to a Greek Orthodox church and was enrolling his.
Well, no, we
kids and stuff.
saw the Greek Orthodox Church. That was not a tip. That was a video that everyone saw on social media.
So then the tip then was further that the Greeks were saying
guy saw
that he
it and
enrolled in school.
He tipped you a video we all saw.
And then apparently he led me with some inside information. I got excited. I thought I would send it to the boys,
Did you
And
throw
I think he even put the little shrug emoji, like, "Hey, take it for what it's worth. This is just a tip from a random guy."
Any tip I get about anything, I'm just like, don't care, not going to happen until someone who actually does journalism can report it. Because I'm not smart enough to know. You know?
Yeah.
Me either.
And listen, if there's a guy who's going to go through the trouble of calling a hotline that we haven't used in a year,
Right.
like that guy was excited, and we got to get
Also,
his
you
tip
think
out
that
there.
if Giannis enrolled his kids, it wouldn't be everywhere? Like, people would.
Yeah, people would know.
Yeah, I did hear that from someone else too. I did
You
get
did?
it. Yeah, I did
Or
get it.
probably,
I did get a
Same-
text.
Yeah.
Yes.
you probably accidentally told someone and then they told it back to you.
Probably. Probably. But yeah, you're right. We don't have any assets that they would want.
Right.
We have 13
Yeah, you
second
don't-
rounders.
Yeah.
You don't think Milwaukee?
Gas Money
would
Bob,
want-
shout out, OG. He was like, do you think we could trade 14 second rounders for Giannis?
Would you do that?
What?
That's a lot of second rounders.
Second rounders mean nothing.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
They mean nothing. I have a bone to pick with you, Dave. Do we want to do that right now?
We can do that. Yeah.
Hockey. So I was in the north suburbs yesterday for a kid's birthday party. Drove back the scenic route, took Lakeshore. Love driving on Lakeshore. I think you guys probably all agree. Like,
Yep.
it's an all-time just like let your mind wander drive. So my kids fall asleep in the back. I'm sitting there in the car. I'm getting on Lakeshore, you know, right where it starts in Rogers Park, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna be able to just let my mind wander. My fucking mind wanders to White Sox
me.
Dave
Oof.
not going out of bounds in the flag football game. I'm like, how am I still thinking about this moment?
It should be.
Don't tackle.
Big Cat says, gotta go, gotta go.
We gotta try to go for three.
Katie, just turn around. Set, hut.
Get out of bounds! Get out of bounds! Get out of bounds!
Wait, Dave,
Out of bounds, Dave! Out of bounds! Get out of bounds! Get no! What are you doing?
How did he misinterpret that? How did he misinterpret that? They said it blatant. Everybody's mad at Dave. Kate is with Big Cat.
Try to score last. What is he doing?
And I watched it back, Dave. It's an all-time bad moment.
Yeah. It was dumb of me.
I actually appreciate you saying that because afterwards you were kind of like, people were yelling a lot of stuff. And I was like, oh,
well,
yeah,
that's-
maybe they were. And then I watched it back. I was like, people were yelling a lot of stuff, and it was all the same stuff. Get out of bounds.
Or you could actually use your own brain and know what to do.
And also, they let you score. You should have known right then.
Yeah. So what it was yes, because I watched it, but it took a minute to watch it back after the dust settled and I realized what I had done. I freaked out in the moment because everybody was screaming.
But we were all screaming the same thing.
I know. It was just all the voices being raised in my direction, and I freaked out. I'm like, just put the ball in the end zone. And we took the lead. While I share probably the large majority of the blame for that one, not all of it. Not all of it. We still had a lead with 19 seconds to go.
You hadn't had a
couldn't
stop.
Stop anyone.
I know.
But that's what I said
like-
before the drive. I said we can't stop them, so we have to score last.
I get it. I'm hand up.
Okay.
I'm taking blame.
But then you also kind of didn't right then.
I am. I'm saying there is blame elsewhere in it. Tate was getting completely torn apart by Rico Bosco. The effort on that last play where Rico scored was just non-existent.
I didn't watch that part.
It was on. They were on like
I wrestled with Dana for 4 hours.
That's the most sore I've ever been.
I just got.
Yeah.
I felt good for the first time on Sunday.
Mine's like fully back. Pretty much waking up this morning.
Was it a stat thing, Dave? People are saying you wanted to be on a stat sheet.
I was already on this.
Yeah, but was that like I want 2 instead of 1?
No.
No. Will you pause or will you be nicer to NFL players or college players if they?
You were no different than Marion Barber started the
that was a bad. That was
He was at least going for a bonus.
Yeah.
Against the Broncos.
I was going to say the Cowboys.
That was the
Tebow.
beginning
That was
of
Tebow.
Was that the
Yeah. Began that.
bad.
It's a moot point. You guys wouldn't have beat us anyways.
Yeah, we couldn't get a stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was nuts.
Yeah.
Big 12.
But I'm more mad
enjoyed
that it ruined my Lakeshore Drive.
Which is completely fair, and I apologize for that. I don't apologize for 100% of the loss. I apologize for 100% of that because you don't want to.
Yeah, it was just
I don't
like,
need
how
to
am I
consume
thinking about this? Right
anybody's
now? This is
brain.
crazy.
That could have been a serene drive watching.
I
the
know.
snow
5
fall.
days later.
You get into
later.
like the Fullerton exit. You got Lincoln Park right there. It's all
Beautiful.
probably ice covered with
Thinking
green
about
everywhere.
White Sox Dave.
Yeah, that's a tough beat. That's a word. That's.
Yeah.
It was
I
very,
wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Very
Maybe these two, but not you, Dan.
It was very theatrical, though, Dave. You stopped there, and everyone's like, "All right, is he gonna do it?" And the look in your eyes, and you just
That was
You
what
might have had the
so-
two best clips of the whole day. Would be
Yeah,
taking
the
out the ref and then that.
That was just couldn't let Nicky get the edge on me.
But he did.
No, he didn't.
I thought he did.
No,
Okay.
you didn't get the edge.
All right.
You got
No,
shit
you were
out of it.
playing hard, and it was not easy with the amount of snaps we all had.
So on the very first play of the game, I didn't realize what happened until like hours and hours later. They had TJ snapping the ball, and I was surveying the field a little bit to see where the receivers were, and then they did a little switcheroo and put the poop pants kid at center. So I was like, first play of the game, got to set a tone. I was gonna go and try to just truck stick TJ, and at the last second, I realized it was not TJ, it was poop Kent. It was like I ran into a brick wall. He didn't move a single inch, obviously. And my hand was my thumb was so jammed from that. It was the most, two.
And we almost got, the only stop we almost got, you were offsides.
Yes. That's what I should, I think
that
I
was
should.
the only time we got them to like fourth down.
That's where I should be yelled at more. So
Yeah.
this is where I was confused on that. So I was technically the only D lineman. And what confused me is you were playing up in front of me on the line. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm on the D line. I got to be ahead of Dan. So I scooted up to get ahead of you. But I was the rusher, so I had to
Listen, I still love you. My team was on the floor. Dave Portnoy said to me after, I was like, oh man, that was tough. And he's like, listen, when you draft White Sox Dave, you got to deal with some of these issues. And he's right. Dave played his ass off, but we had some brain farts.
I didn't want to say this in real time. I should have been a DB. They wouldn't have. It would have been a complete.
Why didn't you say anything?
Yeah, we could've
because
used that in
we
real
had a head coach who
Was there a
was
pro-
in charge of those
that.
personnel
we were looking for
decisions.
every single answer. I was as open a book as possible that we needed answers, and we didn't have any. We were switching guys up. I would have liked to hear that.
Was there any protest because he didn't give you a series of quarterback?
No,
No,
I can't.
Titus was drafted as a quarterback.
Yeah, Titus.
He was really good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
No.
Everyone was coachable. Everyone was a team player. We just couldn't get a stop. It was a good old-fashioned shootout.
It was,
and we still almost won the game.
State versus
good.
fucking Kansas State game.
Kadick said that he watched it back. He said if I jumped a little bit sooner, I would have probably caught the Hail Mary.
Yeah, you're sitting there, and the 2-minute offense turned into 2 touchdowns for both teams.
Yeah.
in 2
Yeah.
minutes. It was
Yeah.
insane.
And on a lot of the plays that we did score on, those were my plays. You can ask Titus about that.
I probably won't just because I need to get over this.
Yeah. I was gonna say 2 things on it. One, that was like the most fun I've ever
Yeah.
had.
Oh, so
for one of
much
the,
fun.
I would rather do that 10 times out of 10. Like when I was sore the next
Versus
morning,
what?
basketball.
Oh, okay.
The State
Yeah,
Farm.
that was-
Like I obviously love State Farm and what
Let's
they
not
do
talk
for us,
about it
but,
too much.
Yeah.
Like any pickup basketball, I'm like, I do not enjoy this. That I had a shit ton
Yeah,
of fun. I don't know
I
how you
loved it.
played 2 games because
I was dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
You played.
I played back-to-back games
Yeah.
and every snap on defense, and both of my offenses scored in record time every time.
Our bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was every single play was just a touchdown, and I'd be right back out there.
It was
Including when we could have run the clock out, and they're like, yeah, let's just score again.
a good match.
I was starting to take my shit off because I was like, there's a minute and a half left. We can just deal it out. Oh, no, let's throw another touchdown.
It was a good match.
Yeah.
When is Olympic hockey? Did it start yet?
Women started. Men starts Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Is it just a collision course with Canada?
yeah, if you look at Team USA's group, they should win every game by like 7-8 goals. They're playing Germany, Latvia, and Denmark in the group stages. So literally, Germany has probably 3 good players.
is Reichel on the team?
He'll be on the team, but like Leon Draisaitl, it doesn't matter. Like they're gonna fucking kill everybody, and then they'll be in the knockout round, and it's going to be, like you said, it's USA, Canada. I don't think anyone else is.
Now there's not like a dark horse here. Who would it
And
be
like
if it wasn't?
OV and the Russians cannot play, correct?
Correct.
That's
yeah.
such bullshit.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
Yeah, I mean, Sweden and Finland have like it's an NHL All-Star team. It's just there's just levels, and it's like when you look at Canada's roster, and it's like their top line is like their centers are Crosby, McDavid, McKinnon.
That's all right.
And they got Celebrini in there. It's like they're so loaded. The only chance the United States has is if Hellebuck doesn't shit the bed like he always does in big moments, because they should have an edge in goaltending. So goaltending and defense in the United States should be better, but like it's hard to envision a scenario.
So not really any juice behind the group stage.
No, I mean bet overs.
Yeah.
I mean that's really it. I'll be betting Team USA overs. They should kill everybody.
What'll those be set at?
What?
They'll be super high, I'm assuming, right? Like 10-ish, maybe?
The team total?
Yeah. Like
no, not 10.
Game.
Yeah, probably not even. I mean, we could look that up right now, but they're going to be the group stages are going to be kind of boring because historically, like I remember back in the day talking to you, just telling you about Swiss unders.
Yeah.
Because like they had like a coach and a system and a good goalie, and they were just going to try to like win games 2-1. That's gone now. So it's almost like there's too many teams, and then they're missing Russia because like Italy's in because they're hosting. They have no business being in this tournament. Latvia's same thing. Denmark, same thing. France, same thing. So, and for some reason, and Slovakia's got some talent. The Group B is going to be interesting, but like no one really cares about anything except for USA and Canada. Mm-hmm. So like that'll be the gold medal game. I will watch all the games, but it's not going to be like wildly entertaining.
There's no juice until knockout rounds.
Yeah.
Pitchers and catchers report today.
Let's talk baseball next Monday.
Yeah.
2 Mondays
Put
from
it
now,
on.
Well-
I'll be holding hands in an operation room to get 23 new stoolies, brand new head of.
All right, so we'll talk baseball next Monday.
Perfect. Yeah. Wait, I think we should. Is there actually anything going on with Frank Thomas and the White Sox?
I didn't want to bring this up like at all publicly because it's I think stupid argument. But did you see this? Did you two see this, Dan?
I briefly saw
On February 1st, obviously first day of Black History Month, they had a graphic detailing like the White Sox history with black players, coaches, front office, exec, blah blah blah, and they went through like all the decades of their African American players and all that, and they did not say one peep about Frank Thomas. Ooh. Frank Thomas responded to the White Sox tweet saying like you're just going to ignore your all-time record holder for every offensive category. You're like one of your only Hall of Famers. He's like, I'm taking notes on this or something like that. And then like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago, they had another tweet and it was completely bending the knee of Frank Thomas where it's like, oh, look at what Frank did. Oh, it was clearly just because they fucked up originally. Instead of saying like, hey, we fucked up, we should have had the best player, one of the best offensive players in the history of the game on the original graphic. They went and, tried to overdo it, and it was just a shitty
Hopefully they mend it. Was he at the he was at the 05 celebration?
Reunion?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I'm sure he will.
It blows when your team fights with a legend. So
yeah.
I think it's
He's had dust-ups with them before.
Yeah, plenty of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
him
still,
and Ozzy, even though they're like best friends, they've had plenty of them. Him and Kenny.
He better stay out of White Sox business.
Exactly, yeah. So it is what it is. But the White Sox, as of like 5 minutes ago, just made a huge signing. They signed Eric Feedy for a 1 year.
Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back, right?
There you go.
Another trade ship.
Yep.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Terrence Gore. Really sad.
Super fucking sad. I actually got a chance to know him a little bit. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. The most unassuming professional athlete you ever meet. He's like I probably got 20 pounds on the guy. He was, but when I saw that was super disappointing news, and it was from like a minor routine surgery, I guess too.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, like did not expect that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel bad for the wife and family. So rest in peace. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, then. Obviously, we are entering, the quieter stages of the year. So we'll be doing some more interviews, and we'll be doing some docs. Right? We got to bring back those doc reviews. I'd like to recommend one, Miracle, The Boys of 80.
I watched it.
Yeah.
Gotta watch it.
Yeah. So we got to get on. Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I'm going
I
to.
started it. I need to watch it. Also, I'll just say it. I call my shot. I think the next NFL game we're going to see is the Bears. I think they're
It'll
going to
be the
kick off the
kickoff?
season
Opening
against
night?
Seahawks. No, Thursday night.
Thursday night. Oh yeah, opening night. Sorry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think so. I think it's also the Rams, but I think it's going to be probably the Bears. I mean, we got to be ready. We're gonna have so many fucking primetime games. It's gonna be insane, dude.
It's gonna be nasty.
They're gonna max us out on everything.
Yeah, dude.
It's gonna kind of like we're gonna miss that
Sunday noon.
Oh,
I think they're gonna have at least like 8.
I think
Could
they're
be.
gonna have. I think
Yeah.
they're gonna have 3 Monday Night Football games. I think they'll probably have 2 Thursday Night Football games. And then
Thanksgiving.
throw in some Sunday night games. Yeah, Christmas time. But I think we might be the. I think in terms of like what the NFL wants for ratings, I think they'll do Bears Seahawks.
Yeah.
Season.
I was
Probably, dude.
no, I don't want to say I was ready for football to be over, and I woke up this morning. I'm like, I miss Caleb Williams watching him.
Same. I had the same thought. I was like, I can't fucking wait to watch the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I'm very pumped for the future.
But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of prime time.
Yeah.
Hey, they
Bring
had
it
a lot
on.
of prime time this year, and
Yeah.
they kind of slayed that beast too. So.
Yeah. All right, then. That's the show. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.